let's
from what
go
I'm seeing.
through a
Let's do
little
it.
bit of your history. So,
Okay.
John, if you could tell us, where were you born? What has your journey been like,
I will do
and
that.
where are you now?
I was born on another planet. No, I was born in Brooklyn, New York. I came from West Indian upbringing or family. So, in terms of health to begin with, I kind of got that from my mom because she grew up on an island, right? And this it's a different life. We were just talking about city life, but so I grew up in Brooklyn. I also schooled in Brooklyn up until high school. Went to Queens. I was introduced to fitness and in high school, right before graduating, just in terms of the physical aspect, because I was a small fella. So I figured, let me get stronger. So that was just it at first. Pain wasn't really into my life. When we're young, we don't really feel it or have it or acknowledge it. And as I grew up, I started to still like being fit. I like the strength aspect. I've always liked martial arts, sports, and I wanted to do some of it. So I decided that maybe I should go work in the gym. And then from working in the gym, I met a trainer who gave me advice on how to fix pain in my body, right? Not with any kind of ointments and things like that, just like training and physical fitness. And it turned me into the world of healing and fixing yourself, right? Finding out what's wrong and not just rushing to the doctor to get some kind of masked painkiller. So forth and so on. I've been training for about, let's see, I started training at the age of 25 in terms of getting paid for it. I briefly, after coming out of the military, I was in the military from 2001 to 2005. I decided that I wanted to continue to be active. I was an adult. I was training in Equinox for a couple of years, went to a couple of gyms, and then finally I got to Core, and I was able to meet you through another friend of ours, Mr. Hill. But then I realized at that point I was working out, stretching, I was feeling good, but I was always in pain on some level, maybe besides just getting older. And CBD was introduced to me. And I was like, where has this miracle thing been all my life? But then I found out that it was always in me. CBD was always, cannabinoids, things that help the receptor, they were always in me, but I didn't know. So then I started finding another way to speak to my body. And you guys introduced me to salves and tinctures and just a whole new world of pain relief. So when I was training with you guys, I was training and working with you guys for about 2 years straight. I was pretty much on easy street. And then when I stopped using, I can't say stop using, when I stopped taking CBD and stopped rubbing it on my joints and such, I felt the difference, and I have other ways of not relieving it, ginger and turmeric and things like that. But that's a missing element right now. Like I miss it. Like I miss you. I miss it. No, I miss it. And I want to re-educate people as well as myself. I do actually, you don't lose it. I have a basic understanding still. But beyond the basic understanding, because we have to learn it, but I still feel like I should be heavily involved. I still want to spread the good word.
Oh,
That's my story.
absolutely.
I'll
Thank
let
you
it
so
babble, but
much.
yeah, that's my story. Kind of, if I miss something, you can ask. But as of right now, I'm currently not, and I'm desperately in need of re-educating and refamiliarizing myself with it.
So it has benefited you in terms of pain relief, because you, as a trainer, you also work out a lot,
Yes.
and you mentioned several modes of taking it, either as a salve or as a tincture.
Yes.
Um, so can you talk a little bit about the brand, like Plant Alchemy? Like, why do you trust it?
All right. So plant alchemy, like most things that I trust, it goes back to who's presenting it to me. And at first, of course, meeting you guys, I'd probably take acid real quick if I knew you made it. No, I was kidding. But when I was able to see that you guys took the same, I guess, care in terms of your product and what you were doing and presenting that I did in training, you guys, between the farmers and the scientists and the botanists and and you guys being so educated on what it is, you guys always had an answer for what it was. I was like, you know what? That's good on the educational part. But then when I took it, the actual, let's see, from when I took it or rubbed it to pain, to relief, that time was very much so a lot quicker than I thought it would be. So than most products had promised, or because I'm not much for taking anything. So when it comes to that, I was maybe icy hot here and there, some biofreeze, but it's almost like you put it on, you forget you took it, but then you all of a sudden you kind of feel good and forget that too. You're like, oh shit, I'm sorry. Like, oh snaps, oh snapples. My snaps don't snap anymore, And then you're like, uh-oh. And you start to feel and it's not a bad thing, because what it is you don't use it all day long, every day long, to never feel pain, to like pain will never happen. It's more like, let me treat this intruder, this visitor of pain, but it's not a pain that's like from bruising, it's from, from actually working. Right now, of course, if you bump yourself and hurt your fall, I have some people had clients whose moms or fathers have fallen, and when they rub them on the bump and bruise, yes, it does help. Yes, right. That's also like for a quick holdover, but it's not, it doesn't promise to wipe away all pain. It's just dealing with it. So with plant alchemy, when I took it, let's see, when I sampled the chocolate, I took the tincture, like I said, everything that I took with with the scientist's eye. Like, I waited until I was in pain kind of before I decided to start just taking it, because then I wouldn't know how much it was affecting.
What the difference, yeah.
I guess I'm chilling, yeah, right. And then, ooh, all day. But then it's like, no, I should, not like that, inflict a little pain. Like I should. I also, with the CBD products you have, if you know where I'm going, I was able to then say, you know what, I can now go and work out knowing I have the backup squad to help. You know what I mean? Like, knowing you could go to war with a couple of people is different than trying to do a solo mission, right? Or staying a little longer to get the job done. So I was actually able to work out more than I thought. Healing was it was like cheating. Of course, I would actually work out a little harder just to almost try to feel the soreness. It was like a weird relationship.
Well, I feel the way that we are in service to our the people that purchase the product and then use the product. It's really, we are at, I'd like to think that we're temporary, because we're helping you elevate or move on to the next stage, right? Like, the pain
Yes.
is really temporary. So, and we help relieve that pain so that you can work out and gain the benefits of the exercise and the working out, because and it's not to dampen the pain. We're actually helping the body recover a little bit faster, and I think that's actually more
Right.
accurate.
It's recovery. It's not masking.
It's not masking. We're not gonna, we don't want to hide any pain that really requires like further, medical intervention. But if it's for a recovery, that's our sweet spot. That's where we excel the most, so that it's not such an uncomfortable feeling. Like, you can tolerate the pain, so you could move on and grow. So,
right.
So, well, great. Thank you so much. I think that's it for today, and definitely,
Well,
call
here's
to
what I want to
action.
say. This, you had mentioned saying that you guys are temporary. You are as temporary as the person that needs you, uses you. I stayed there in New York. I'm not in New York, by the way, people. I'm in LA right now. So when I was there, we were developing the family. Remember, I was in the shop, coming to visit best I could, spreading the word like it was the good gospel. And then what happens is, we have the internet, and I got the CBD over here, but you guys, it's not the same. You know what I mean? For those who are fortunate enough to come visit, yes. But reaching out to you guys still offer that through your site. If I'm not wrong, right? You have tons of classes and community, so it's not temporary. You just got to find more family members. You know what I mean? Some people are gonna look this way. They're gonna see you. You're like the new shiny penny until something seems to get their eye. But the benefits, if people are looking for results and relief, right? they'll go back to where it's the best. You know, like I still haven't bought any other version of CBD out here because I already know if I am going to, I'm gonna send it your way. You know.